and welcome to my channel. Today we're going over a movie series called MASHLE, Magic and Muscle. The magic realm is a world that has magic, where everyone freely uses magic as part of their everyday life. Regro, an old man, and his son, Mash, a young man with no magic, are leaving in the forest, away from the city. One day, Mash goes into the city without his father's permission, and people notice that something is missing on his face. The lines that depict whether he has magic or not. Back at home, Regro was thinking about his past when Brad and other policemen barged in, demanding that Regro tell them where Mash is, but he refused. Brad tells his men to look for Mash, and he beats up Regro, trying to get him to say where Mash is. Just then Mash barged in, and as Brad attacks him with magic, he blocks his attacks and fights back. He then warns him not to threaten his family again, or he is going to kill him. Brad then made him an offer, and that if Mash does what he says, he will let him and Regro go free. Brad tells Mash to enroll in a magic school and be chosen as a divine visionary. Brad explains that he just wants the fortune and prestige that come with the title. Mash then accepts, telling Regro that he wants them to live in peace again. Easton Magic Academy is a prestigious school in the magic realm, and at the entrance examinations, Mash passed the first and second tests easily. Claude, the examiner, starts the next test, and Mash, together with Lemon Irvine, passed the third test, which was a maze, by bursting through the walls. After the tests, Mash realizes he will be roommates with Finn. They introduce themselves, and Mash asks him what it takes to become a divine visionary. Finn explains that he needs to collect gold coins. There are tests that will evaluate everything, and based on that, they will be receiving gold, silver, or bronze coins. The next day, during the flying class, the teacher explains how they will mount the broom and levitate it. Mashes couldn't get his broom because he doesn't have magic. One of the students mocks Mash and complains that he is slowing them down. Mash then stomps the ground, causing the broom to jump into his hand. The student is surprised but says he cheated. So he decides to challenge Mash to a race, and whoever loses will have to obey the winner. Mash won the race by throwing the broom and jumping after it at a great speed, which surprised everyone. The student became angry. However, Lloyd Cavil used magic to silence him, and apologized to Mash for his friend's rudeness. Lloyd introduces himself and asks Mash if he wants to be friends. Mash overhears his name as Spud Cabbage, which annoys Lloyd, but he manages to hide it. Lloyd leaves Mash, but tells him to come back here after school. Later, Mash wonders why everyone is afraid of Lloyd, and Finn tells him that Lloyd is the son of a high-ranking member at the Bureau of Magic, and if someone stands against him, he gets expelled. The next day, while in a break between classes, Lloyd then approaches Mash and asked why he didn't show up yesterday, and Mash apologizes, stating he was making cream puffs. Lloyd stated that he heard that Mash is aiming for the divine visionary, and later, Mash realized Lloyd had been bullying Finn. But Finn then cries out as he confesses that he messed up Mash's textbooks. He was ordered to do it and was too scared to disobey. Mash then walks to Lloyd, grabs his head, and smashes him into the floor. Vice Principal Farman Kragos then shows up and explains that Mash and Finn are going to get into trouble and might be expelled for fighting Lloyd. But Mash also hits Farman, digs a hole, and buries him halfway in it. Later, Mash is summoned in front of Wahlberg Bagan, who explains that the Bureau of Magic had issued an expulsion notice for Mash for what he did. But Wahlberg pardoned Mash, stating he must be the top student and become a divine visionary, which he must do by gaining a gold, silver, or bronze coin. Later, Tom approaches Mash and offers him to represent Adler Dormitory in a duello match. Mash tries to explain that he can't ride a broom, but Tom refuses to listen and keeps insisting on playing with them, which made Mash unable to decline. The next day, the game between Adler Dorm and Lang Dorm starts. Since he can't fly, Mash simply stands still on the ground. Tom comes, telling him that he promised a good performance, but Mash denies it. Before returning to his team, Tom flies up, but another player crashes into him, acting like it was an accident, and making Tom fall to the ground. Tom has broken a bone and can no longer play. Lang Dorm has taken a good 40-point lead over Adler Dorm, since they have 6 players versus 4 now. Lang continues to increase their lead to 50 points. Mash gets annoyed and takes his broom. He then jumps and floats in the air, surprising everyone that he can fly. But in reality, he is just moving his legs fast to stay in the air. He requests the ball, and as soon as he gets it, he makes a powerful throw and scores. The ball then spins and returns to Mash. He continues to throw it, again and again, scoring 999 points versus Lang's 60 points, and wins the game for Adler. Mash and the team receive a silver coin. The next day, Mash was with Lemon, Finn, and Tom. Then Lance Crown shows up. Lance suggests they do something fun, and he then takes out an ancient bottle, saying it's a special magical tool. As he opens it, Tom, Lemon, and Finn are sucked into and trapped inside the bottle. He then tells Mash that if he wants them back, he should come to the forest next to the owl hut, and then he teleports away. Mash finds Lance in the forest. Lance guesses that Mash is after the coins and shows that he has 2 silver coins. Tom is surprised, as he thought that only a select number of upperclassmen had them. Seeing that Lance has 2 lines on his face, Tom guesses he is bad news, since the majority of people in the world are single-line magic users. However, they are considered to be chosen by magic itself. Lance tells Mash that they will bet each other silver coins in a match. Lance knows that having Mash's friends is in his favor, although he doesn't need a handicap. Mash agrees. After battling for a while, Lance heads to a cliff and prepares to drop the bottle. As Lance dropped the bottle, he looked back and saw that he had taken some of his clothes off. Mash then runs down the hill and returns in a few seconds, holding the bottle. Lance couldn't believe it. Mash drops the bottle, stating it's fake and empty. He then quickly approaches Lance and searches him, finding the real bottle. Lance says that he did make a bet with him, and gives Mash a silver coin. Mash then releases Tom, Lemon, and Finn. There are 3 dorms at Easton Magic Academy, and students are assigned to a dorm based on their corresponding characteristics. Those with courage and conviction are assigned to Adler. Wisdom and willingness are assigned to Orca, and those with ability and ambition are assigned to Lang. Mash learns that 5 silver coins make 1 gold coin. Since he has 2 silver coins, he calculates he needs just 3 more. The next day, the off-campus class starts, and students are taken to the forest. Dot goes around stating that he is number 1 in the main character as the world moves around him. Mash and the rest find him weird. The teacher shows up and explains that both Adler and Lang will be participating in this outdoor exercise. Their task is to exterminate forest scorpions, and they will receive bronze or silver coins as rewards. They need to bring back the stones on the scorpions' foreheads. Most are worth bronze coins, but a few strong ones with square stones are worth silver coins. As the teacher tells them to go, a student, Silva Iron from Lang, tries to bully Mash. Silva, who is infamous for his misconduct, had injured several students and teachers, and they made him repeat a year, but didn't expel him due to his magic abilities. Later in the forest, Mash runs into Dot, who wants to prove that he is better than Mash. But as Dot decides to fight Mash, he hears a girl scream, who is being targeted by another male student. He quickly helps her, attacking the guy with Explum and defeating him. The girl, Lauren Cabas, then thanks him, making Dot blush and melt. Lauren notes that with her magic, she can easily make those who are slightly attracted to her fall in love with her. She then starts complimenting Mash, and uses her magic several times to make him fall in love with her, but it has no effect on Mash, as she at least got Dot. She then explained that Silva was threatening and stalking her. Seeing her cry, Dot decides to beat up Silva. Silva then shows up, wondering who is going to stand up against him. Silva had protected himself with his magic. He proceeds to mock Dot and hits him, knocking him down. He wonders where his energy went and states there is a big difference in their skills. A rock from Silva's attack knocks down the cream puff that Mash was eating. Silva said he'll leave the girl if Dot agrees to take only 5 hits. Dot braces for the hits and takes them all, but then collapses. He asks Mash to take Lauren and run. Silva laughs, and Lauren joins his side, laughing and calling Dot an idiot for believing her. Mash throws a cream puff and shuts Silva's mouth, saying they've gone far enough and that it's Silva's turn to take on the 10-hit challenge. After hitting Silva twice, Silva falls on his knees, shocked that he can't stand or win, and notes he can't take any more hits. Mash then backs off and sits, stating that this was 2 hits from the 10 that Silva must endure. As Mash stands up and approaches Silva, a scorpion appears. Silva sees it as a star-shaped stone, and he hopes he will be able to escape. while Mash fights the scorpion. But as the scorpion attacked Mash, he defeated the scorpion with a punch. Mash then turns towards Lauren, who didn't expect Silva to lose, pretending to feel bad for her actions. Mash, not falling for her trick, does a suplex, smashing her to the ground. Mash later reunites with Lance and the others. Dot apologized for getting Mash involved and thanked him. Since Mash had collected 5 silver coins, they turned into 1 gold coin. The next day, Mash heads to class. While looking around for his class, he faces a door and wonders if he had to pull or push to open it. Meanwhile, Silva is apologizing to Abel. Abel explains that those who will control the world must be chosen individuals with perfect education, overwhelming talent, and noble bloodlines. Abel eventually turns Silva into a doll. Mash then comes in holding the door, saying he couldn't figure out if he should push or pull. And that's the end for now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.